Hello and welcome to another update video about BTC. We take a look at the daily chart first. Here I don't want to talk too much about the structures, rather want to shift the focus here to the indicators. We talked about them yesterday, especially the RSI. I promised you we'll take a look and check in here regularly because the RSI on the daily chart is above 50 and it also seems to be maintaining its position not only above 50, where we had a couple of fake outs in February and early March, but also above 51, which is above the previous three swing highs, which is why I showed you in the last few days this kind of breakout line. So again, indicator looks promising. Yeah, daily RSI can be a useful signal, especially in oversold conditions. We recently had an oversold reading on the daily RSI, as per my video on the MCO Global channel. This is a signal that actually on the daily chart has a 100% win rate. So also this time it worked. Price turned around. We're now above that price level when it hit oversold. There was even a bullish divergence. And of course, it's not an absolute bottom pick signal, but it's not meant to be. It tells us in which area we have to watch for reversals. Even in bear markets, it can be useful. Something to keep in mind also for upcoming bear markets. Just you have to manage it when we're in an area of uncertainty. So can't just buy and hope it will go up. It's more like, okay, if it goes up, then afterwards we have to manage our stops and things like that. But that's personal decision, whatever your personal plan for that trade is. Looking at the MACD, we are also still in bull mode. That means the MACD line is still going up and there's currently no immediate sign that we get a bearish crossover. But this is worth watching because it's kind of flattening out that upside momentum. Well, that will change if the price keeps pushing higher, then also MACD will continue to follow. I mean, when we're about to cross the zero line, I would say, that can be a positive signal as well. In addition to that, on this chart here on the daily time frame, I am watching not only the descending trend line for a potential upside breakout attempt, the dotted line. No, I am also watching the yellow, the two yellow trend lines here, ascending trend lines, and the price is climbing higher, but it is not a stable structure, I can tell you that. It's not a stable structure. We have a lot of overlap, and it doesn't inspire much confidence, this move to the upside. No? That being said, we often have from bottoming structures like ugly, here you have sometimes ugly overlapping movements also in crypto. So when the context suggests we might have bottomed, when the indicators suggest it, I tend to give the bulls the benefit of the doubt, but structure is always more important than the indicator. So I'm always watching structure as primary. It's always leading. The indicators are there to maybe confirm, to support something, but I would not define a wave count based on an indicator. The indicator can support it, okay? And if the indicator was super bearish now, I'd probably show you a more bearish one as primary, but structure is supporting it, and also support levels are still holding, which we can see on the smaller time frame. I mean, if you watched yesterday's update, then you know that this wave count is still alive. So we're dealing here with a so-called wave 1, wave 2. And then we could be in a third wave now that should ideally take us to around about 91,400, 91,200. However, we're not there yet. And the move here seems to be like a consolidation phase, which it struggles to break out of to the upside. We are likely in a third wave. That's the idea, at least. Yeah. But again, that's getting challenged with yesterday's dip. That's getting challenged. So I'm not trusting that move, okay? Not trusting that move. As a reminder, the first reliable structure or setup will happen after we completed 5 waves. So A, B, C in wave 3, then a wave 4, then a wave 5. We can call that then the wave A that I've shown you on the daily chart. Then, if the pullback is corrective, that's going to be a decent pullback trade setup if wave A forms 5 waves, right? That at the moment, it is very, very fragile. So if you're trading anything inside of this, it's a diagonal in the making. Just be aware it can easily change direction. So I'm tracking this ascending trend line, and we are still holding support. When we then zoom into this structure, from the 18th of March low. We have an A wave up, a B wave down, and this C wave up would be a 5-wave move, ideally, okay? It's not there yet, okay? And what I can tell you is that this dip yesterday that we had is a warning, because we broke briefly below support. We broke below that 50% retracement. And that's not great, even though it's still a valid count. I did say earlier today to our members on Discord that as long as yesterday's low is holding, I'm watching for a 5th wave. That doesn't mean that I trust the structure, okay? But it is still valid. This could have just been a 3-wave pullback in wave Y. And you could say, okay, but support broke. Yeah, but only briefly. See, the 1-hour candle didn't even close below it. The bulls actually turned up exactly there. So it's still a valid count, and I'm watching if the bulls can generate that 5th wave to the upside. That being said, any break below yesterday's low, that's around 80, what's that? 85,900 roughly, would indicate that this is only a 3-wave rally locally. The rally from the 21st of March low, only 3 waves, which leaves a lot of room for interpretation. My first idea would be that maybe this pullback is rather a B wave, but that would I wouldn't trust it. The focus will then shift to the next key support level here at around $83,190. So yeah, for now I'm just watching this. What you can also do, you know, we can draw here maybe a couple of trend lines or so as breakout structures. This seems like a channel or so, but the main takeaway is if we break below yesterday's low, it's likely going to morph into something different. Also pay attention to the trend line for potential support. So yeah, overall situation hasn't really changed, but it's not a structure to trust. Either way, even in this larger degree wave 4, we should even get into the current price region, actually even lower. So there's no rush, in my opinion, to do anything. We can just watch and observe. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.